Hello, everyone. I'm Azita Martin, Chief Marketing Officer of Mana, and I'm delighted to have with me the two founders of Mana, Donald Thompson, founder, Chief Operating Officer, and President of Mana, and Babur Ozden, founder and CEO of Mana. Donald, as you've developed Mana's technology and platform, you've taken a very different approach than these data lakes or even data centric, right? You've taken a knowledge centric approach. Can you talk about why and what was lacking that you saw out there that made you take this framework?
What we have done, since the objective ultimately is to support a decision being made by some business user, is to focus on that point first. And the way we have addressed helping support a decision to be made is to focus on what is needed to be understood. So what is the knowledge that's needed to support making a decision or to make a recommendation for what decision ought to be made? In order to support the workflows that these business folks have, whether it be how do I investigate a malware intrusion in a cybersecurity case? How do I find what risks to plan for a well drilling project coming up? Whatever those decision points are, the environments in which they're being made are incredibly complex. It really requires having an augmentation from our software and our systems to support more intelligent decisions to be made. Mana has taken an approach of if you focus on what problem you're trying to solve and you work backwards, then you actually have a holistic approach.
You're empowering these experts that are operating the machinery and then doing the day-to-day work to leverage their expertise, and then the intelligence that you provide through the Mana platform then empowers thousands of employees to make the right decisions every day.
And that's where we claim knowledge is the key to unlocking that. And once you can encode all of that, well, then you've now enabled a level of optimization for the enterprise that's unprecedented. We can solve our problems in a very specific and deliberate way, which means that we can do them effectively and efficiently, but we can also start building toward our future by crafting these models.
And these models are designed to answer specific business questions.
What we've done is our key piece of innovation is a blending of these different types of models.
So basically what you're saying is that Mana represents knowledge in the form of models.
For Mana, when we say knowledge, we really mean models. And that's the technical interpretation of the word knowledge. And what is a model? Well, a model is some abstraction over a situation. You need the essence of that situation, so you want to capture that in the form of a model. So there are different types of models. We really look at two different classes. One would be what we call conceptual models, but models can also, in this world, also be process models. There isn't one single model type. There's lots of different types of models. The point is to use a model that is most effective for the problem you're trying to solve. And Mana also has innovated in a new type of model that we call a knowledge model. And a knowledge model really is the highest level conceptualization of your problem. And what it allows us to do is take a problem definition that a business has and convert that into a set of questions that if we could answer would solve the problem.
When we say it's a business problem, and in our case, and almost always a fixed decision workflow, a Fortune 10 company may have several hundred fixed workflows, let's say 300 business problems, and each problem may require 1 to 10 models. So let's say take an average of 5 models, new models needed per workflow. So you're looking at 1,500 models. Somebody need to develop these models.
It's also having a foundation that you're building so that your
That's
future
ongoing.
solutions can be built faster, even further.
You're committing your company literally to build models.
One of the things that I wanted to point out was that many people will now contribute to the building and testing and validation of these models. The objective is not to replace the human in these processes, but is rather to augment and enrich and support their activities, to make it easier for them to make more informed and accurate decisions. Jobs are difficult enough, and so our position is not to replace people in this process, but rather to give them the best information to make these decisions.
So the speed at which these models could be developed on Mana workflow is an eye-opening experience. You take a Fortune 10 company, Fortune 20 company, or sometimes maybe the world's largest company, and And if you shrunk their journey from 5 years to 2 years, that's billions of dollars of savings that you're going to go through. And the speed at which you become this model-driven company become very competitive. So that's the power our platform brings.
Right.
People can actually realize that they can tackle their own problems. They don't need anybody else if they have the right environment and the right tools.